This is the only defense you need to shut down both the run and the pass in Madden 22. If you're enjoying my YouTube content, I highly recommend you check out Sportsgamerz.com. This is where I post all my premium Madden 22 content. I have ebooks, offensive and defensive schemes, plus I do 4 to 6 premium tips every week in the Madden Vault. This content is available for both current and next gen, so no matter what system you play on, we got you guys covered. Our best offer yet is the Sportsgamerz Madden VIP membership. This gives you access to the entire site, every tip, every ebook, plus the meta reports for only $19.99. I'll post a link to it in the description and the comments. Make sure to check it out for the best tips and content available at the best price anywhere. Yo, what's up YouTube? It's Duke back here from Sportsgamerz.com, and in today's Madden 22 tip video, I'm going to break down the nastiest defense in the game. All the pros are running because you can stop the run and the pass at the same time very easily and still get great pressure. I'm talking about the nickel 2-4-5 odd. Now this formation can be found in many different playbooks. One of my favorites to use it from is the Bucks. Now when running this formation, it's nice because you can sub in safeties in the game as your linebackers, which we're definitely going to be doing here, especially if you play Mutt. You already know you can get Cam Chancellor, Taylor, Mays, etc. Really, really good players. Now with this defense, I like to run it with auto flip on. That's just going to allow my defense to always align to the strong side of the offensive formation, especially if they're running bunch or trips type formations with 3 receivers on one side of the field. As far as zone drops go, those are just going to be adjusted throughout the game depending upon whatever routes in offense your opponent is running. There's not really a default, setting I use for that. It's more of adjustments throughout the game. Now, I'm going to be showing you guys how to stop the run, some adjustments for the pass, and how to get pressure from this defense. And we're going to be looking at the pinch too. So first of all, I want to show you guys how to stop the run. Just a reminder, if you enjoy my free YouTube content, I do tips, gameplays, and Madden 22 news videos on a daily basis. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, and if we can get 250 likes on this video, I will post another fire tip for you guys on the defensive side of the ball. So the setup to this is going to be super simple. First of all, just to stop the run, one thing we're always going to do is base align and press. This is just going to align our defense to the offensive formation properly, and I like to press, get my defensive backs up on to the line of scrimmage. Now, you don't have to do this, but as far as making your run defense better, I do like to spread out my linebackers. It's almost going to give us a dollar type look. So with this defense, you do want your best linebacker for rushing the passer, where you see Miller. And one thing most players that run this defense do, there's a few different ways to do this, and guys, I actually have a new defensive guide out. It's the Madden 22 Nano Defensive Guide. You can get this guide for $22.99 individually, or you can purchase our VIP membership for $19.99 to get access to the entire site. I will post links to both of those in the comments and description. But if you want a more detailed look into this defense and more, check that guide out for sure. But what most people do to stop the run is they kind of get over here in the spot outside of the D end, and they kind of just shoot down into this gap after the snap. And even if it's a pass, they'll kind of just shoot down to distract the line. So we'll show you guys how that works, and it's very effective to stop all runs. Sometimes what other thing people will do is they'll dive tackle you, especially if it's a pulling guard coming at you like a base. But anyways, you guys can see here, able to get in the backfield, and actually Aaron Donald is such a beast that he got in the backfield too. Before I could even make the tackle. But you guys can see that lane opening up, and I was able to shoot in. Aaron Donald was able to shoot in, and even the slot guy was going to shoot in too. So we have plenty of penetration. You guys can see here, if they try to cut it back, this player is waiting for them right here. So this is a really easy way to stop all these shotgun runs that people run. You can gap shoot pretty much any run once you get good at this. There's other ways to gap shoot, but that's just the most common thing you'll see most players doing online throughout this defense. So don't get me wrong, this is also very, very good against the pass with the exact same thing. So you guys know that when someone sees you in this defense or cover 2 in general, they're thinking that they can use beaters for cover 2, right? So the way I set this defense up against the pass to still get pressure and be able to stop the run at the same time is kind of similar to what I showed you guys recently out of DB Fire, but I'm going to baseline and press. I'm going to on the 3 receiver side or multiple receiver side of the formation. Whichever side of the formation has more receivers, here that's obviously to the right because that's where the bunch is. I'm going to put that outside corner into either a quarter or a third deep zone. I'm going to go ahead and put my safety that's on the same side of the screen into an inside third. Then I'm going to go ahead and put my corner that's on that side of the field blitzing. If they want to attack the flats, I'm going to put him in a hard flat. Now, by doing this, I've turned this cover 2 into a 3 deep. Now, if they're going to try to attack me, they're going to have, with a cover 2 beater, they're going to have big problems because we're not even playing cover 2 anymore. We're playing a 3 deep. So something like this that you generally see people try to do to attack you to beat cover 2 is no longer going to work. So your responsibility when running this defense is the middle of the field. Now, this defense is nice because if they don't block anybody, you're going to get good pressure. But even if they do block someone or keep someone on a delay route or whatever the case may be, you're going to get still pretty quick pressure. Now, it won't be untouched as if they don't block anybody, but still, you will get good sheds, especially if you have a good D-line. And you guys can see here, all I'm doing is guarding the middle, and we get a shed pretty quickly here. Now, one thing I'll say is, you're definitely responsible for the crossing route, guys. I didn't even guard the crossing route there. That was my bad. But, you know, anytime you see this defense, you run this defense and you see a deep crosser, that is your job. You've got to guard that. That's going to be what you look to use here. See here how I get underneath that, and by the time anything else comes open, there's a sack. Now, the running back out of the backfield on a delay route definitely would be a problem. So be aware. But the thing we're hoping on is if the running back does release, that we get the pressure before they can really get him open, just like we do here. Now, you guys can see what I'm talking about over here. This defense locks down this verticals crap so easily. See how the flat takes away the quick read, and then you can't throw it deep because we got a zone there. We got a zone in the middle for the tight end. We got the soft squat and the cover 2 on the 1 receiver side. Then I'm just lurking that middle for posts or deep crossing type routes. Now, guys, if you always want to have the flats protected on both sides of the field, what you can actually do is instead of having a soft squat, you can go ahead and shade up to give yourself a cloud flat. That way, if you do see that they try to attack you with, a flat route on the left side of the screen, this guy is no longer going to match in a soft squat. He's going to actually be in a cloud flat, or you could put him even a hard flat over there. Now, I will say that if they just try to release a flat immediately, soft squats will play the flat if he releases immediately. Now, if it's more of like a delay type route, he's probably just going to end up matching more times than not, so that's why you might need to just go ahead and keep him over there. Now, another thing you can do, don't get me wrong, is just blitz everybody and still have that cover 3 adjustment. This is good if you see that they're not even really trying to hit you in the flats. Because if they're not trying to hit you in the flats, then, you don't necessarily need to have the flat zone over there. So if they're just running a bunch of vertical routes, you can definitely just go ahead and blitz 5 at them and not even worry about having flat coverage. Now, this is a little bit more risky, don't get me wrong, is if you do this and they do attack the flats, there's nobody there. But the thing about rushing 5 is, just like you see there, even if they do block the running back, you're still going to get in there pretty much untouched, and they're not going to be able to pick this up. This is also a really good defense to use against the PA boot over spammers. This PA boot over offense is so stupid. It's a one-play touchdown against pretty much every coverage in the game right now. However, you can do a really good job of countering this. And the way I like to counter the PA boot over and still stop the run at the same time is the same kind of deal here. We're going to baseline and press. We're going to go ahead and put this guy over here into either a quarter or a third. And then we're going to go ahead and put this guy over here into, again, either a quarter or a third. We're going to go ahead and do the third here. But by doing this, the coverage is now going to play a lot smarter against this bomb. Now, you could also half this guy if you want. Either way, it's going to play it a lot smarter. Now, what we're going to do with this guy is we're going to put him into a hard flat because we already know that most of the setups from this formation have, somebody attacking the flat. whether it's the running back on a wheel route out of the backfield, that short crosser to the receiver, you already know someone's going in the flat. You probably also do want to contain and pass commit because, let's be honest, most people try to run around like crazy, like maniacs, and, pass committing and contains will help. Now, it doesn't matter that we're pass committing because you still know how to blow up the runs yourself, and your job as the user is one of two things. If you see them just use this setup to where, they're basically have the deep crosser, you got to guard the deep crosser. But if you see that they're running a setup to where that they have the deep post, you're going to help out on the deep post or maybe the running back out of the backfield. But by this setup right here, you're going to do a much better job of guarding the deep post route with the bomb glitch. Now, this guy is in a hard flat. I'm not sure why it's showing him in a vert hook, but this linebacker over here, Brooks, you want him on a hard flat. Now, you could put him in a curl flat too if you zone drop the curl flat to, say, 5 yards. Basically, you just want that guy guarding the flat. Now, I don't know why it's not showing him guarding the flat, but trust me, he is. You guys can see here, I take away the crosser. And really, all they can do is throw to the running back out of the backfield. And that's something that we'll let them do. If they want to check down, we'll eventually, adjust to that. But we're not going to worry too much about that. Now, what a lot of people do try to do, though, like I said, is just bomb you to death, like something like this, right? Post and all that. Now, if they want to do that, that's cool. But we're going to go ahead and do the same setup. Again, we're going to put this guy in a hard flat. We're going to put this guy in third and this guy into a deep zone over here. We're going to go ahead and half him. Now, if they're going to do that, you're going to see that, you're going to have that flat zone over there on that side of the screen anyways. And notice how, yes, he will get open late, but it's just not so blatantly wide open to where they can just go ahead and bomb it right down the seam. See how this guy's in the deep middle? So he is going to get ran by eventually. That's why we have to go help. But it just doesn't open up like, absolute crazy. They're going to have to wait a long time for this to get past this safety in the middle of the field. And by that time, we're going over there anyways. And you guys can see that's just not consistently going to have enough time for that to develop. I know people try to get out of the pocket, but this is actually a really good defense to keep them in the pocket. Because you guys can see here, this guy over here, he's going to contain. Like, you can't roll out on that. If you try to roll out, he's going to disengage, and that's going to be a sack. So you can't just run around crazy on this defense. And also, all these bomb setups just don't get open so easily to where you have enough time. If you're going to get this bomb off, it's going to take you too long, and you're going to end up getting sacked. You guys can see the quick flats are guarded on both sides of the field. We have the seam guarded too, and we're just covering the bomb late. Other than that, there's really nothing they have here. By the time that anything is even remotely heading downfield to where you might think about throwing it, you're already sacked. I hope you guys enjoyed this tip. Make sure to smash that like button if you did. Also, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, turn your notifications on. It's Duke, and I'll be back with some more great content very soon.